Hello friends, how are you? I hope you all are good. So in this session, I will be discussing number system part 17 and we have already discussed number system 16 parts. So if you have not watched those videos, kindly watch and learn as many things as you can. So let's start this session of number system. The first question says, there are 3 mangoes, 4 guavas and 5 watermelons. They cost this much. There are 10 watermelons. Then you have 6 mangoes and 9 guavas. They cost this much. You have to find the cost of 6 mangoes, 10 watermelons, and 4 guavas. So the question is of a number system, whereas it is talking about quantity as well. So what we are going to do is we have to make equations, and on the basis of equations, we will handle this question. The question says that there are 3 mangoes. So let's say M is the cost of 1 mangoes, or you can say M stand for mango. Not cost this time because total cost is given. Then there are 4 guavas. Then there are 5 watermelons. They all cost this much, 750. Another equation says that there are 10 watermelons, 6 mangoes, and 9 guavas, and they all cost 1580. Now you have to find the cost of 6 mangoes, 10 watermelons, and 4 guavas. Now, see very carefully, 6 mangoes, 10 watermelons, and 4 guava. If you see the first and the second equation, what you will find that if I multiply this first equation by 2, I will be having 6 mangoes. I will be having 10 watermelons. So, and this will become 8. So I am multiplying this equation by 2 so that I get some values of guava. So if I multiply this second equation by 2, I will be getting 6 mangoes plus 8 guavas plus 5 into 2 is 10 watermelons, and they all cost 750. Double is 1500. Now we have another equation. Let's say this equation is equation number 3. So if I subtract 2 minus 3, what I will get is, you can clearly see that M and M gets cancelled. 8 minus 1 is G, 10 and 10 gets cancelled, and G is coming out to be 80. If students G is coming out to be 80, can I find the rest of the things? Yes, I can. Now, G is not asked, it is asked that 6 mangoes, 10 watermelons, and 4 guavas, right? So, what I'll do is I'll put, because 6 mangoes plus 10 watermelons, can I get the value from here? Second equation, you see, second equation is 6 mangoes, and there are how much? There are 6 mangoes and there are 10 watermelons. So I can get the values. Already I've got this value of G. So what I'll do is, can I get this value of G here? So 6 melons plus, sorry, six mangoes plus 10 watermelons. Can I say, if I take this equation, can I write it like 1580 minus 9G? And you already know the value of 1G. So what is the cost of 9G? And 9 8s are 720. That means what I can do is, I can keep it here 720. This becomes 6. 15 minus 7 is 8, and this becomes 860. I hope this is clear. So what I will get is, I will get the value of 6 melons plus 10 watermelons is 860. Now again putting the value here, I can get the value that this is 6 6 mangoes plus 10 watermelons plus 4 guavas. Okay, so what is the cost of 1 melon? You know, 6 melon plus 10 is how much? It is 1580. Already 15 minus 720. So what I'll do is, I'll just write it 720, and this is oh, sorry, this is not 720, this is 860. This is 860 plus 4 into G, that becomes 320. So this is 1180. So the answer of the question I'm looking for is 1180, and that is my answer. I hope this concept is clear. Let's start with the second question. The second question is, a two digit number AB is added to another two digit number BA, which is obtained by reversing the digits. And after that, we get a three digit number. Okay. So the thing is, this is a two digit number AB that become AB. And if I add BA, that then I will get a three digit number. That means the question is saying that there is something which is carried here, like A plus B, something is carried, and that has gone here. That's why this number is a two digit number. That's why overall, 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 I get a three digit number. Overall, I get a three digit number. That means there is something which is being talked about, and that something is called carry here. Okay, that something is called carry. So, okay, that something is called carry. So, we'll use this concept here. Let's take some example. Let's say the number is AB. What is the actual formation of AB? The actual formation of AB is 10A plus B, because if I make any number that's a two digit number, let's say 72, that means 7 is multiplied by 10 and 2 is multiplied by 1. That's why I say this number, it's a two digit number. That is 72, right? That is 72. Now, if I try this question in this way, then what I will be having is, if I convert this number to BA, that will be 10B plus A. That will be 10B plus A. And now see, if both are added, let's take a number 64. What is the interchange form of this? This is 46. If I add, this will become 110. You can see that it's a three digit number. If you take 47, say 74, and you interchange it, it becomes 11, and 8 plus 4, it is again 121. If you take any other number, let's say 86, and if you reverse it and you add, it becomes how much? 154. Can you observe something here? Yes, we are observing something, that is, all these numbers which I am getting, they are all multiples of 11. They are all multiples of 11, students. So what we are going to do is that, and why these all numbers are multiples of 11? Because of this reason. See, if the number is 10A plus B, and if I interchange, it becomes 10B plus A. Right, this B is at 10's place, so I multiplied by 10. This A is at 1's place, I multiplied by 1. And similarly, this AB as well. This is at 10's place, this is at 1's place. So I did, if I add, if you see what will happen, this 10A will be 11A, and this B plus 10B will be 11B. That means what I can conclude is 11 times A plus B. That's why whenever I choose any two digit number, let's say I have chosen 72, it becomes 27. It always be a multiple of 11. This is the first thing you have to understand. Now the second thing is, you have seen all these examples and you have observed that these examples are all three digit numbers, but this example is just a two digit number. That means there is something to learn here. The thing is that all these are 11 multiple, that is fine. But to have this number at three digit number, there must be some carry forward. Like 7 plus 2 is 9. So we have taken it 9, but there is no carry forward. That means the carry forward is only possible if I take some other number like 74. This 7 plus 4, 1 is carried, like 64. 4 plus 6, 10, 1 is carried. So 7 plus 4, 11. That is 110. Now, the point is that this A plus B, see, all the numbers are 11 multiples, whether you take the result as a two digit number or you take the result as a three digit number. But the important point is, for a minimum three digit number requirement, what you have to do is, this number must be 10. This number must be 10, then only the answer of the question is then only the answer of the question is multiple of 11. So what is my answer? It has to be greater than equal to 10. It has to be greater than equal to 10. So okay, so what is my answer? It has to be greater than equal to 10, because the minimum value which I will be getting is 110. It is 110. It is 110, and this is a multiple of You can say 11. Okay, so what is my answer? It is not at least 18, it should be at least 10. Okay, it can't be twice of AB, right? It can't be double of AB. You have seen all these numbers are 11 multiples. So 11 multiples, the minimum value is 10, and after that I will be getting every number as a multiple of 11. So what is the answer of this question? It is A plus B must be greater than 10. Now I'll prove it by taking some example. uh, like I have taken already. If you take 74, it will be 47. So this is right. This is 8 plus 4, 12. So what is the value? It is 121. Now this A plus B, what is this? 11. You can see this is greater than 10. Okay, one example we have taken was 64, 46. What is the result? 110. What is A plus B here? A plus B is 10. A plus B is 10, and this is A plus B is 11. So A plus B is 10. You can see the minimum value has come. You take some other example, 87 plus 78. What is this? 165. What is A plus B? A plus B is 15 here. That means the minimum value you will get is A plus B is only equals to 10. I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next question. Now, the next question says that a gardener plants his garden with 5550 trees and arrange them so that there is one plant more per row, as there are rows then number of trees in the. So this is like full stop. A gardener plants his garden. So there is a gardener and he'll try to plant some flowers here, right? So what he's doing is there are some rows there per row. There is one plant more per row as there are rows. Okay, so if there are number of rows are rows like one plant here, then one plant here. This is like not a man, this is it's a uh, it's a plant. So like this uh, this is okay, this is a plant. uh, so this is like first row, and this is the second row, and this is the third row. Like this there are so many rows, and the question is saying that there are 5550 trees and they are arranged that there is one plant more per row as there are rows. So if there are number of rows say n, so then there the number of plant in that is n plus, like suppose there is 46th row. Let's say there is this is row 1, row 2, row 3, and it's 46th row. So the examiner is saying that the number of trees which are here, they are you can say 47, like 1 2 3 4. It is one more than the row. Are you getting it? One plant more per row as there are rows. So if there are 46 rows, the number of plants has to be 47. I hope you are getting the point. So guys, what is the point here is, let's say the number of rows are n. Okay, and it should be number of the number of rows and the number of plants total has to be, if there are n number of, the total plants has to be 5550. So this is the quadratic equation. If you try this quadratic equation, it will be a long equation and you need time to solve this equation. So the best value, the best thing which we can do here is that put the options. If I put the first option, it is 56 into 57. You just observe the unit digit. 6 sevens are 42. The last digit should be 2. It's not possible. So I would cancel this option. Second, if I take 74, then the number of plants is 75. This could be possible because 74, 4 and 5 are ending with 0. So this could be the probable answer. If you see 76, if you see 76, 76 and 77, again the same problem. 7 6 are 42. The last digit should be 2, which is not possible. That means this option is also not possible. And 75 and 76 are also possible because the last digit is coming out to be 0, right? Now let's check which option is satisfied, and that would be the answer for our question. So here, if you take 74, let's solve. 74 75 75 fours are, I guess, 300. Yeah, and 75 sevens are 70 into 7 is 490 and 35, so this becomes 525, and 30 was carried, so this becomes 555. So 55 is there, 49 is there already, 75 fours are 70, 5 sevens are is, so 525. So you can see that it is not equals to 5550, so this option is also cancelled. 76 already cancelled, so the right answer must only the option left, and the option left is 75. Let's check how this is possible to get the answer. Just multiply 76 75 into 76, and that must be equal to, common sense says that this is 5250, so the little more than this would give the answer. So what we'll do, let's check 76 into 75. Now 75 6 are 76 are 420, so this becomes 450. So the last digit must be 0. Let's check it. It must be 0, and it should be 45. 75 sevens are is 525. 525 plus 42. Is it coming? It was 45. So yeah, 5 5 10. Let's see, 75 into 7. So 35, 525. 525 plus 45. So how much? It's 0, 7, 5. 7 it is. Okay, let's check it again. There is some mistake maybe here. Let's check this option wise. Hmm, let's check it again. It has to be n into n plus 1, and that has to be 550. If you put it as a 74 and you put it as 75, then the problem is 75 fours are 300, 75 sevens are 525. So yeah, we were getting the answer already. So please check, the answer has to be, now see very carefully. 74 and 75 are giving you 5550. 75 and 76, if you put, that will be obviously more. So after putting what? After putting n as 74, we have got the answer. But the important thing is that there is one plant more per row. Plant means number of trees, and the number of trees only are asked. That means by putting 74, I'm getting the answer, but this is the number of rows. The number of plants has to be 75. So answer is 75, but it is coming out by putting the value of n as 74. I'm getting the answer as 75. That's why I have to tick here the option B. I hope you are getting my point. See, after putting n value equal to 74, I'm getting the answer. But here n stands for number of rows. I need to have number of trees. That's why I have to have 75 as my answer. Right? Very, very important question. Very good question. Repeatedly asked in your exams. Let's move on to the next question. It says, sum of two numbers is 18. Fine. Let's say the numbers are A and B, and their sum is 18. The greatest product of these two numbers, always remember this, whenever I need to have this product maximum, for that these numbers must be as close as possible. For example, let's understand this concept. First is, like, if I take one number as 1 and another as 18, I will be getting a product 18. But the point here is that it has to be the maximum product. Let's say if I put 2, because it should be, sorry, it's 1 and 17, not 18, because 1 plus something is 18 na. This has to be 17. So what is my product? My product is 17. Go ahead. 2 into say 16, because I am putting it as 2, it is as 16, so this is becoming 32. Okay, this is a bit more value. Let's go ahead. 3 plus 15 also, uh, if you multiply, you'll get 45. 4 into 14 also, it is 56. Fine, this is also correct. You are getting a higher value. Next is if you put 5 and it will be 13. So 13 plus 13 into 5 is 65. Yeah, we are going ahead. We are going ahead. The product is getting more, you can see. If you see 6 and if you see 6 and it is 12, it becomes 72. Again, we are getting a more higher value. 7 into this becomes 7 into this becomes 7 into uh, if you put 11, then it becomes 77. Go ahead, 8 into you can say what we get 10, that is 80. So we are on increasing mode. 9 into yeah, 9, it is 81. So this is the highest value. If you go ahead again, you have to take like this: 10 into 8, that is again 80. Then 11 into 7, that is again 77. You can see that after you go from 9, the values will again come down. The value will again come down. That's why the answer is 81. So please remember this concept. Whenever the sum is given, product can only be found maximum. Minimum we can't find. The maximum will always be found when these two numbers are as close as possible, and they will be as close as possible only and only if I put both of these values same. So I have to put here a also as 9, and always remember what is that value which you will be putting, that will be product the half of the product. So that is 9 and 9, that is my answer is, let's say the question is the sum of the two number is, let's say 24, then what is the maximum product? Then what is the maximum product? The maximum product is, let's say 24. What is half of 24? 12. 12 into 12, 144. Somebody says what is this the sum of the two numbers is let's say 64. What is the product? You will say half it will be 8. 8, the sum of the number is 64, so sorry, half it will become 32. So if you solve this, it will be 32 into 32. Okay, that would be the answer. So in this case, because the sum is given as 18, if I halve this, it will become 9, and you have already seen that 9 and 9 is 81. So the maximum possible product has to be 81. That is my answer. All right, let's come to the next one. It's saying the unit digit of this number is what? Always remember, we have discussed this rule many a times, that whenever a number is there, its power to the power and then any other power. First thing is that we have to be very sure of the rules. So the rule of all these numbers must be familiar. We have already discussed these type of questions in the earlier sessions as well. If you have not watched, please watch. Okay, let's come to the question. See, this number is 316, but as I need only the unit digit, I will be focusing only on this part, which is the unit digit part. That means this part. Yeah, I hope you are getting this point. My focus will be only on this part. Yeah. Okay, if my focus is only on this part, that means the question is changed. The question is changed, right? It has been changed like this: +1. Now what should I do? We already know 6 to the power anything, 6 to the power anything in the world. My answer is always 6. That is, answer is 6, and +1 becomes 7. 6 to the power anything in the world is always 6. We have known this concept. If you check this, you can check this also. 6 to the power 1 is 6. 6 to the power 2 is 36. Again, focus. The unit digit is 6. 6 to the power 3 is 216. Again, focus. The unit digit is 6. All right. So the unit digit is 6. Fine. And 6 to the power 4, again, it will be 4096. So every time I do any power of 6, I will be having the answer as 6. So 6 plus 1, because plus 1 is already given extra here, so I'll just add it, and my answer is 6 plus 1 7. That is my answer. Now if you want to solve it further, just for more surety, you can do like 3 to the power 4 and focus on this. You remember the rule of 3. 3 to the power any multiple of 4, like what is, if you put k as 1, what is 3 to the power 4? 81. The last digit is 1. So even if you solve like that also, 6 to the power 3 to the power 1, and 3 to the power 1 is 3 only, and 6 to the power 3 is again, you're having the same answer. So if you want to go in technical wise also, you will be having the answer 6. This rule we have covered already in the previous session, that every fourth multiple of 3 will always give you a 1 as the unit digit. Like 3 to the power 1 is 3, 3 to the power 2 is 9, 3 to the power 3 is 27, and 3 to the power 4 is 81. This 1 is my answer. Like here, 3 to the power 1 is 1 only. Sorry, it is 3 only. So 6 to the power 3 is 3 only. Sorry, it's 6 only. 6 to the power 3 is 6. 6 into 6 into 6. The unit digit is also 6. Right? Let's move on to the next. Again, a remainder question. A number, when divided by 14, leaves remainder of 8, but when the same number is divided by 7, it leaves a remainder of what? Now the question says that if it is divisible by 14, it leaves remainder 8. Okay, so what is the rule? Let's understand the question first. The question says that there is a number, when this number is divided by 14, it leaves a remainder of 8. Fine. And if the same number I divide it by 7, what should be my remainder? So the trick of, you can say, the concept is, like, if you want to find this number, let's say the quotient is 1, and you know the rule that this is dividend. So dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. This is my number. Now if the same number 14q plus 8, I'm dividing by 7. So you can see that this 14 is already cancelled by 7 two times. So whatever value I give to this question, this number will always be divisible by 7. So what is my answer? 8 by 7. What is the answer? 8 by 7. Yes. What is the remainder, guys? It is 1. So answer is 1. But in exam, you will not, follow this technique. You will just follow the first divisor. Just check the first divisor, whether this is divisible by the second divisor. That means just check whether this 14 is cancelled by 7. If this is cancelled by 7, then your answer is always found out by the first remainder divided by the second divisor. The first remainder divided by the second divisor. What is my first remainder here? It is 8. If I divide it by 7, I will get the answer 1, which is the remainder. If you divide it by 7, of course, 7 ones are 7. You are left with 1 as the remainder. That is my answer. Okay, let's go ahead. Next question says a string of 21-meter length. It's cut into two equal parts such that one part is 9 by 4 as long as the other part, right? So what is the difference between the larger piece and the shorter piece? This we can solve by ratio also. So let's find, there is a string which is 21. Oh, sorry, this is guys, please change it. It is 221 actually. It is 221. Please change it. It's 221 meter. Else it will not cancel. The answer will not be coming correctly. So kindly change it. It is 221. So if the string is 221 meter, this total string is 221 meter. It is cut into two equal parts, not equal parts, just two parts. It says the first part is 9 by 4 as long as the rest. That means the first part is 9. This is the first part, and this is the second part. This is the second part. The first part is 9 by 4 as long as the rest of the string. This is the rest of the string. That means I can conclude that this total string is 13 units, isn't it? 9 is the first part, 4 is the second part. What is the total units? The total part is 13. That means the 13 is the total parts. And in question, the length is already given as 221 meter. That means I can find the length of one unit, and that is 13 ones are 13, 13 sevens are 91. That means one unit is equal to 17 meters. Guys, are you getting my point? 13 is the total value according to us, which is 221 in the question. So one value is equal to 17, and it is asking you the difference between the two. You can clearly find what is the difference here. 9 minus 4 is 5 units. So if one value is 17, what is 5 value? 17 5s are 85. That is my answer, option C. Right? I hope this concept is clear. You can solve this question using the variable x also. It's up to you. Or you can use this ratio method as well. All right. Let's solve the next question. Is saying the sum of 100 terms of the series, where the series is given like this. So this is 1 minus 3 plus 5 minus 7 plus 9 minus 11 plus 13 minus 15 and so on. Now if you go ahead and try to solve this question, it seems to be a bit tough series. There are two ways. I tell you both the ways. The first way is it's an alternate series like 1 3 1 5. Do you see? Focus on this. 9 13 and so on. Second is minus 3 minus 7 minus 11 minus 15. So there are two GP here, and you need to solve these two GP to get your answer, which is little time consuming. So what we will do is we will directly solve. What is the value first? You can see 1 minus 3 is basically minus 2, 5 minus is again minus 2, 9 minus 11 minus 2, and 13 minus 15 is again minus 2. You can see there are total 100 terms. I am combining two terms together. I am combining these two terms together, guys. That means minus 2 I am combining. If I am combining two terms together, there are total 100 terms. Then what is the total terms right now? I am combining two terms at a time. That means 100 will be divided by 2. That 50 terms are there. And after combining every two terms, I am getting minus 2 as the answer. That means there are 100 terms. So what should be my answer, guys? Option D is my right answer. If you solve this question using this other method of two APs, it will be time consuming. So please make sure minus 2 minus 2 minus 2, 100 terms are there, 50 terms are total now because you are combining two terms at a time. So divide this total number of terms by 2, and that's why the answer is 100. I hope it's clear. Next is the remainder of 6 to the power 36 by 215. So this is 6 to the power 36 by 215. What is this? Yes, you know that 215, nearest multiple of 6 is 216, which we can write like 6 to the power 3, and this is how much, 12, and this has to be divided by 215. Why I am doing this? Because I know that the nearest multiple of power of 6 to 215 is the cube of 6. What is that? It is 216. The 216 to the power 12, and this has to be divisible by 215. Now the question is just changed to this level, that 216 into 216 into 216. This overall is 12 times, like this is just 4 times, and so on. It is 12 times, and it is divisible by 215. So what is your answer? 215 divided 216 divided by 215, it is plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. You are getting plus 1, guys. You are getting plus 1 12 times. What is my answer? 1 to the power 12. That is 1 only, and this is my answer, option B. Let's check the next question. Remainder, when 12 to the power 13 plus 23 to the power 13 is divisible by 11. This rule we have known. If you have remember, we have already discussed this in the previous classes, that a to the power n plus b to the power n is always divisible by a plus b if n is odd. I hope this is clear. If n is odd, now you just check whether first the power is same. You can see that power is same. Yes, both the numbers are giving you 13. That means 12 to the power 13 plus 23 to the power 13 is always divisible by 12 plus 23. And what is that? If you calculate, it is how much? Just check. A plus b, a to the power n plus b to the power n divided by a plus b, that is 35. So 12, so this number 12 to the power 13, 23 to the power 13 is divisible by 35, right? This is the first way which we have learned, but you can see that this rule is failed here. N is odd, fine, it must be divided by a plus b, but 35, it is given as 35, whereas 35 is not present here. So this has to be 11. Okay, this has to be divisible by 11. That means, guys, this rule is failed here. What we'll do is 12 to the power 13 plus 23 to the power 13 divisible by 11. So I'll do it separately now. 12 to the power 13 by 11. If you solve, this will be 11 ones are 11, and this is 1 to the power 13. 1 to the power 13 is 1. Now 23 to the power 13 by 11, that is 11 to the 22 plus 1. 1 to the power 13 is again 1. So what is my answer? It has to be, answer is 2. What is my answer? Answer is 2. I hope the concept is clear. Again, I'm repeating. A to the power n plus b to the power n by a plus b is failed. Why? Because the number is not a factor of 35 here. It's not a factor of 35. So that rule is failed here. So we have to apply a normal division. 12 to the power 13 is like 12 is written 13 times like this, and it is divisible by 11. So every time you divide 12 by 11, you will get remainder 1, and 1 is coming 13 times. So 1 to the power 13 is 1 only. And here also 11 2s are 22. It is 23. It is 23. It is 23 divided by 11. 11 2s are 22 plus 1 is the remainder. So every time you will be getting a plus 1. So 1 plus 1 is answer is 2 only. Next. Remainder when 75 to the power 75 to the power 75 is divisible by 37. You know the rule. 37. Now, irrespective of whatever the answer is, only thing you have to do in this question is divide 75 by 37. 37 to the 74. Remainder is 1. That means 1 to the power 75 to the power 75. Now 1 to the power anything in the world always gives us 1 as the answer, guys. The answer of the question has to be 1. I hope the concept is very much clear. Let's move on to the next. Okay. The last question of this session, the product of the digits of a 3-digit number is a perfect square and a perfect cube. Both is. Please remember this. This is a mug up question. So I'm telling you, please remember this question. For example, the number is 729, which is, we know that it is 27 square, as well as we know it's a 9 cube as well. The only number possible which is a perfect square as well as perfect cube is 729. 729. That means now the question is asking you about the product of these two numbers, that is 7 into 2 into 9. So this becomes 14 nines 126. Right, guys, so that's all for the session. I hope you loved and enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you all next time.